This video is from my recent trip to Florida. I was trying to catch as many trains as possible, so it might be a little all over the place. We'll see multiple CSX trains around Tampa and Lakeland, big and small, as well as the Amtrak Floridian several times as they come and go while performing their unique backing move into Tampa. We're starting here in downtown Clearwater, where we'll see CSX L791 on the street running portion of the Clearwater subdivision. L791 runs from Tampa to St. Pete and back multiple times a week. We're going to chase them through Clearwater into Oldsmar as they make their way into Tampa. Next, we move to Tampa, just east of Ybor City to the Neve Wye, where the Amtrak Floridian is currently arriving. If they run on time, they show up here around 12:15 p.m. to be in the station by 12:30. This daily procedure of turning the train around involves putting it into this Y, then backing it down the rest of the line into Tampa Union Station. This is the only way to turn the train around so it can depart in the correct direction. Later in the video, I'll be positioned at the outside of this Y, where we'll see the conductor get out and flag the crossing where there's no gates. This is the first of many grade crossings the Floridian must back through to get to the station. We'll see a few of those as I catch them one more time today as they back up through Ybor City. We move to the Tampa Bypass Canal, where we can see the Floridian departing Tampa on its way to Lakeland. It's also a good place to catch CSX I-044, which usually departs UCD Yard right after them. A day or two later, we're parked at the western exit of the Neve Wye. Remember how I mentioned earlier that there's no crossing gates at this grade crossing? This means the conductor must get out and flag it. This is one of the many grade crossings they must back through to get to Tampa Union Station. However, this one being unique for that reason. I attempted to pace them while they reversed through Ybor City, however got caught at one of the many traffic lights. We'll see them departing again in a bit. This is CSX B339 coming from the south into Yeoman Yard here in Tampa. Both of these locomotives have recently been overhauled by Wabtec and are part of a small fleet of experimental locomotives operating around the Tampa area. They use a B20 biodiesel blend that CSX report has been successful in reducing greenhouse gases by 20%. Look out for the 20% biodiesel denotation at the front of both units. We're going to catch back up with these guys shortly after watching the Floridian depart here in a second. And we're back at the Tampa Bypass Canal where B339 is waiting for clearance to proceed out of Yeoman Yard. It looks like there's a CSX local coming off the main line onto the siding farther down the line. It's the S-line switcher, preparing to switch a customer down a short spur over there. There is a business that receives the coil cars you can see at the rear of the train. As it turns out, I have a good friend that works next to the customer that receives these coil cars, and he sent me some videos from when they make deliveries. So a big thanks to him for capturing and sending them to me. Anyways, B339 gets its clearance after L779 has cleared the main. It is single-tracked coming to Yoeman from the east. L779 makes its way into Yeoman Yard after switching out that customer with GP40-3 number 6507 in charge, one of the frequently seen GP40s that are usually in the area. We move locations to Lakeland, Florida. It's about 3:45 p.m., and that is the southbound Amtrak Floridian approaching. This means that they're running almost 4 hours late. The northbound Floridian is on time and right behind them, so we only have to wait a few minutes for them to make an appearance. This crossing is at the north side of Winston Yard, a major CSX facility here in Lakeland. These locomotives are coming off the main line, and as we'll see in a second, they'll leave the lead unit behind and come out with the rear two locomotives. We are now out on the main line at Wabash Avenue, a popular local rail fanning spot. These two locomotives were the ones we just saw going into the yard in that last clip. They've now left number 5414 behind and come back out onto the main. These guys are moving eastward down the line to access the siding so they can grab the Autoracks that are sitting farther down. They are picking those up as CSX X452. This SD70 Mac has a great horn. One of my favorites, if you ask me. To finish off the video, we're going to see both of those Amtrak Floridians coming back eastward. I stopped at two random grade crossings on my way home to make sure I caught them. If you enjoyed this video, let me know what you think in the comments. I really appreciate you hanging out and catching some trains with me. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.